Welcome back, everybody, to TV Sports 27, and now it is time for the Ultra Bowl, the very first Ultra Bowl, the 20th of our leagues. You can hear the whole history of that on our preview kickoff show, which you can check out on YouTube or on our Patreon page. But it is about to begin as the Toronto Huskies and the St. Louis Rhinos are about to go toe-to-toe as Lamar Jackson, Jim Kelly, they're going to square off for the first time this season. Somebody is going to win a championship. One of those two quarterbacks for the first time is going to win a championship for the very first time. It's either going to be Jim Kelly and Tony Romo, or it's going to be Lamar Jackson and RG3. Who is going to win their first pro football championship? Jim Kelly, boy, he's been there before. He wants to get that first win. And for Lamar Jackson, he wants to prove that he can be up there with the best of the best. Now, if you want to hear all the breakdown, all the kickoff, all the talk, you can check out our pregame show. We did a 30-minute pregame show where we looked at all the history, did all the hype, talking about it. Now all the hype is done. It's all over, but the talking here. Let's get into it. I'm going to sit back. I'm going to let you guys take in the sights from Tampa, from Raymond James, St. Louis, and Toronto in the Ultra Bowl. You see head coach Matt Nagy with his Toronto Huskies squad. If you guys remember my Georgia Force Arena Football series, which you can check the complete playlist out on our Patreon page, Matt Nagy was our quarterback. Now here he is coaching the Toronto Huskies. On the other side, matching up against the St. Louis Rhinos. I don't know who their coach is. I don't even think they're going to show us. But either way, here we go. And the opening coin flip. Lamar Jackson's pretty happy. Lamar Jackson versus Jim Kelly in the Ultra Bowl. The final handshakes. And the final bit of hype. The National North champions and the American East champions about to go toe-to-toe. You're looking at Garo Yepremian, but you're not seeing a Garo Yepremian there. You're looking at Johnny Hecker, but either way, here we go, guys. It has all come down to this. From Tampa, the Ultra Bowl. Ultra Bowl 1, our 20th championship game, set to kick off. And Steve Tasker on the return. And we will see Lamar Jackson step onto the field here. We went through his entire stat line on the kickoff show, on the pregame show. Go check that out. We encourage you guys to go check it out. What a second half he's had. And that's been the story for both of these teams, both the Huskies and the Rhinos. Had very slow starts to their seasons, but their second halves have been incredible, where I think both teams combined maybe lost 3 games out of their next 20. Like, that's how dominant both these teams have been. And for the Huskies, they're starting off with the pass to Steve Tasker. And for the Huskies, a dominant playoff run where their defense has just loaded up and knocked out opposing quarterbacks. It's been crazy. All that's on the pregame show. So first play, they go with the pass for Lamar Jackson. You said both teams on crazy winning streaks, give or take a loss here or there. But the second half stretch for both these teams has been them loading up on the wins. So a look at your Toronto Huskies here. We're going to make our announcement as well as far as our plans for Season 2. And we're going to even preview Season 2 for you guys a little bit as well before we take a short break from our XFL action. Let the channel breathe a little bit. But I think you guys have enjoyed it because there's been a lot of viewership for the RXFL as of late. So 2nd and 9. Play action fake. Lamar Jackson. He's got Steve Tasker again. And Tasker nearly into the end zone. Tackled short by, that's Rasheed Mathis. But Tasker, 64 passing yards, all to his own from Lamar Jackson. And this Husky offense, where they're off to a quick start here in the Ultra Bowl on this opening drive. Jackson, he's going to scramble. Touchdown. Toronto strikes first. And it's Lamar Jackson, who maybe could have stolen that MVP award from Michael Vick had he played all year. He split time with RG3 before he got full control of the team during the second half here. But you could not ask for a better start to a game from an offense. George Blanda, your extra point kick is good. 4 plays, 70 yards in 2 minutes. And the Toronto Huskies lead the Ultra Bowl by 7. So now we'll see how Jim Kelly and the St. Louis Rhinos will respond to this one. Jim Kelly, his 5th Pro Football Championship game. He went to 4 Super Bowls in a row, could never get the win. And he's got an opportunity one more time with another man. There you see Dickerson, Eric Dickerson, also wanting to win a Pro Football Championship. Thurman Thomas backing him up, his fellow teammate with the Buffalo Bills. So starting things off 1st and 10, and they are going to give it to Dickerson. Dickerson's got some blocks, and this might be an offensive output Ultra Bowl. This might rival the Revolution Bowl 4 that we had between the Ann Arbor Annihilators and the Oklahoma City Bandits. A game that went into overtime that you guys can check out the scores of and the stats on our Patreon page, patreon.com/TBSports27, if you want to see all the results of the past Ultra Bowls and the past 19 championships that we did before this one. But this is our inaugural Ultra Bowl game, and Eric Dickerson right now just kind of being the man in charge for the St. Louis Rhinos on this drive. 17 points, the most that this Huskies team has allowed in the postseason so far, but they've got no answers for Eric Dickerson. And St. Louis already down on the 29-yard line, believe it or not. Play action fake, Jim Kelly, and it's incomplete. It was Austin Hooper who couldn't hang on to it. And take a look at the St. Louis Rhino offense. Williams, Hill, Brian Brown. You got Calvin Johnson, Megatron, Odell, Beckham out there as well. So they try to switch it up. They get away from the running game here and potentially in another passing situation. So they go away from what's been successful here. But quick pass to Hooper. And just tackled short of the goal line, brought down by Fred Glick. Well, if you like points, if you like offense, this is a start that you like to see. Dickerson, tried to bounce to the outside. Clyde Simmons got right in there. Simmons spent 5 seasons with the Birmingham Maulers in the Revolution League. And he's happy to be here in Toronto to get his first taste at a league championship. It got sunny all of a sudden when we played in the Legends Bowl. It was freezing cold in Orlando, but they got the sleeves out here. Jim Kelly, ooh, knocked away by Deacon Jones. Kelly was looking for Jimmy Smith, and we'll look at this powerful Husky defense. Deacon Jones, Clyde Simmons, Randy White, C.J. Mosley with his 6 interceptions, Bart Scott, and Willie McGinnis, who won a bunch of championships with the New England Patriots, right? How many? Let me look it up. How many did he win officially? Because he won a lot. McGinnis. How many are they going to credit this man for? Give me a sec. We still got time. Willie McGinnis won 3 Super Bowls with the New England Patriots, so he won his 4th championship here. So Kelly. Oh my goodness, that falls incomplete. Albert Lewis was back there, and the Husky defense holds. So it looks like they will go ahead and settle for the field goal. You know, Jim Kelly had Smith back there. So Garo Yepremian will come on, and we'll see if this offensive output for both teams continues like this. Is this drive, we're going to have to remember this drive, the fact that they left 4 points out there. They could not get into the end zone. We're going to see if that haunts this team at all. That's where Toronto is going to have the advantage with Lamar Jackson, is when you get into those goal line situations. A Lamar Jackson can run the ball in if you don't have that opportunity to get the ball in the end zone, where a Jim Kelly is going to be kind of stuck in the pocket doing his thing there. So 7-3 in Tampa for the Ultra Bowl. And the Huskies step onto the field for the 2nd time here in this one. And Lamar Jackson, quick pass out to Tasker, who's gotten his hands on everything today. I think the referees ruled that incomplete. They did. And your Rhinos defense, Too Tall Jones out there, Jack Lambert, James Harrison. Harrison's gotten, you know, his hands on some rings before. Yeah, Trufant, Roy Williams as well. So back to the drawing board for Mr. Nagy. And Jackson sensing the blitz, steps up. Steve Tasker, who's looking like he's well on his way to a Super Bowl MVP with the way he's played. Tasker's got all 3 catches for 115 yards. I mean, you can give it to Lamar if you want, but Tasker right now making the claim with those crazy numbers. Hand off to Alvin Kamara. James Harrison was there to make the stop. That will bring up a 2nd down and 6. Lamar out to Walls. First man that wasn't Steve Tasker that brings it down, and it's 3rd and 2. Give it to Kamara, big opening up the middle, hits the juke, and it's a touchdown, Alvin Kamara. And the Huskies in the end zone again. Who was that he just destroyed with the juke? Was that 39? Oh, 35. I don't have a number for 35, maybe for good reason. Matt Nagy. And George Blanda on with the extra point kick. It is good. 14-3, and this is what the Huskies, and people have got to be looking at this and being like, because we talked about in the pregame show how the Huskies really, and even Lamar Jackson, when he finally got in, had a slow start with the number of interceptions, whether he's coming off injury or what. Boy, this Huskies team, it just feels like towards the end of the season, maybe that game they had with the Redwoods, with Otto Graham, where both teams went nuts. Since then, this Huskies team has been an offensive powerhouse, and they have come on at the right moment. Randy White getting the stop on Eric Dickerson. Pretty critical drive for the Rhinos to keep pace right now. Play action fake, and Kelly throws it up to Rudolph, and he cannot bring it in. So it's 3rd and long here for the St. Louis Rhinos. Now, they had some tight postseason games. They coming off the win over a 15-1 squad, but their game against this very team that plays in this stadium was a very close one, and that was nearly intercepted as they were looking for Megatron, and it was nearly taken away by A.J. Boye. And the look on Jim Kelly's face is he's starting to have flashbacks to the 1990s right now. And boy, oh boy, this could be a pretty, look at this, Tasker's going to take this. This could be a pretty critical drive right here for St. Louis, because the Huskies have so much momentum right now, and if they don't slow this thing down, and we've seen some blowouts now in the conference championship games, this could go right into the Ultra Bowl here. Lamar Jackson, and he's going to run it. There is nobody around. Look at this, is unbelievable. And Lamar Jackson, he finally got hit and brought down by Desmond Trufant. But, or actually, there's Roy Williams there. Pardon me. That was I thought that was Trufant, but that was Roy Williams. So first down, what's been an explosive first quarter here. Pressure coming. Jackson gets it away to Walls, and once again coming in to get the stop was Roy Williams. We are still in the first quarter. It just feels like it's been an explosive first quarter, has it not? The give there to Alvin Kamara, and Kamara pushes his way forward, fighting there with Rodney Harrison. Or James Harrison, rather. I'm getting my Patriots mixed up with Willie McGinnis. That was James Harrison. So 3rd and 4 here for Lamar Jackson. And he's going to roll out. He's going to throw it. It's tipped up. It's tipped up again, and it falls incomplete. And Bolitnikov, that could be a big blow for the Huskies. Lamar Jackson tried to take a shot at it, and Bolitnikov got mixed up into that crowd, and he's hurt. So, man, that could... And they've been relying on Steve Tasker so far. Look at this return. Jimmy Smith is going to put the St. Louis Rhinos in a really, really good spot. And how critical, too, was that stop for the Rhinos defense? That was a stop, a torn quad. Oh, my goodness. What a bummer for Bolitnikov. Did he ever win a championship with... with the Raiders there, of course. All right, we'll look it up in a sec. But that's going to be a huge, huge blow. Snap the ball now. There we go. The give to Dickerson. Oh, my God. He took like a forearm shot. Bolitnikov here. He was an Alouettes coach. I did not know that. He did win a Super Bowl. He won Super Bowl 9. So, or Super Bowl 11? Is that 9 or 11? My Roman numerals. That is Super Bowl... What is X1? Is that 11 or is that 9? Either way, he won a Super Bowl. Oh, he was Super Bowl MVP. Well, there you go. Well, pardon me for not knowing my Super Bowl history. Play action fake here for Jim Kelly and Hooper. Boy, this Husky defense, 1 of 7 right now for Jim Kelly. So yeah, for Fred Bolitnikov, big blow for the Huskies. He goes out, former Super Bowl MVP, hoping to win another championship. and he's got to maybe come back another season here. Kelly, Odell, both feet down. They're going to say incomplete. Oh my goodness, this is looking like the 1985 Patriots quarterback room, the way this game has started for the St. Louis Rhinos. So they cannot keep up momentum from the big stop that they just had defensively, which would have been huge. So Husky defense continues to play strong. We're getting a Steve Grogan situation here with Jim Kelly. Slow start. Huskies, Rhinos. It is 14-3 here in the Ultra Bowl. So maybe both teams have kind of settled in a little bit. The Huskies got to do it without former Super Bowl MVP Fred Biletnikoff, but they still have Anquan Bolden that has Super Bowl experience that they can lean on and ask questions to. But, I mean, you got a lot of guys that are looking to win number one between Lamar Jackson, Alvin Kamara. Giving it to Kamara again. Big opening. And another first down for the Huskies.
Get ready, get ready, get ready. Check that. We're on like 52 right here. Go.
Huskies continuing to dominate this game here. Jackson, oh my goodness. And there is one for the St. Louis Rhinos. Eric Barnes. Jackson tried to get out of the pocket. Nope, Barnes was there. Barnes was there to meet him. So they have a lot of yardage now to make up for Toronto. Jackson pressured again, throws it up, and oh my goodness, was that? Yes, it was caught. Are you kidding me? Hakeem Nicks. Boy, this is kind of one of those things where if you're a Rhinos fan, you're sitting here and you're like, my God, everything's going the other team's way. Jackson. Anquan Bolden watches that one get knocked out of his hands by Eric Barnes, who is having a Super Bowl MVP drive right there. The sack and then knocking the ball out of Bolden's hands. And here we go, guys. Now it's defense. The first quarter was about the offenses. The last couple of drives has been the defense. And once again, the Rhinos defense giving their offense a shot. They've got to come through eventually. These opportunities they keep getting handed. Draw play to Eric Dickerson. CJ Mosley immediately back there. Getting a look at Bart Scott as well. 3 points on the board, but an offense that's been moving in slow motion right now. And when you consider all the studs that they have, Jim Kelly just waited all day and finally gets it into Calvin Johnson for just his second completion of the game. So 3rd and 2 here for the Rhinos. Dickerson, first down, pulling, guys. He was pulling the Deacon with him.
We play to win. Let's go.
Play to win, all right.
Ready. 57 to Mike. Oh yeah, I'm coming.
Another completed pass out there for Jim Kelly out to Kyle Rudolph, and there's CJ Mosley.
Ready. 15.
Jim Kelly does not want to be the Steve Grogan. I got to look up those stat lines. It was Steve Grogan and it was one other guy for the 85 Patriots. It was like one of the worst quarterback performances in Super Bowl history. Austin Hooper. Super Bowl XX. Let's look this up here. Some stats. Final stats. Jim McMahon threw for 256. On the Patriots side, it was Tony Eason. So Grogan was 17 of 30, 177 with 2 picks. Tony Eason was 0 for 6. So I apologize. Grogan actually did a little better. Jim Kelly did not want to turn into Tony Eason. So there you go. And neither of those quarterbacks are in this league I believe. So there's the give. Oh, my goodness. And again, Eric Dickerson, his first appearance in a championship game, and C.J. Mosley just making him blush right now.
60 Pittsburgh. Come to my world. We want it. Come to go.
Kelly, so far, nothing really big for Megatron or Odell. The Husky defense continuing what they've done all postseason long. Again, nobody's scored more than 17 points on this Husky defense in the postseason so far. And Jim Kelly, he has Calvin Johnson for the first down.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
A.J. Boye was there, but he got all sorts of turned around.
Down. 60 outlaw. Man, I got you.
And this game turns around immediately if the Rhinos get into the end zone. Dickerson, no, gets pushed way back. Clyde Simmons.
You belong.
Boy, Dickerson, he's having a hell of a time right now.
Indy.
This Husky defense not making it easy on anybody. They're fighting for every yard they can get. Jim Kelly, nobody open, and he goes down.
Hey, that's all day, baby. You're shot. Hey, take your shots out back to huddle. Shots out back to huddle.
Maxey coming in. Bringing down Kelly from behind, so it's going to be 3rd and long here.
Check, check.
They are in Upremian's field goal range. Pressure on Kelly to the end zone. It's intercepted. Marcus Williams with the interception, and the Husky defense holds once again. And Jim Kelly's 1990s Super Bowl flashbacks continuing. He had his eyes set on Jimmy Smith. And it was snatched away by Marcus Williams. Billy Sims looks like he's stepping onto the field, maybe giving Mr. Kamara a breather. Here you go, Toronto, man. If Toronto can capitalize on some of these drives that the defense is giving them, they'd be in a much more comfortable position. This is still a ball game, but the Huskies' offense kind of slowing down a little bit has kept this one closer than it has been. Tasker and Walls, they've been the guys. They have been the go-to guys right now in this ball game. Wesley Walls and Steve Tasker. Nothing out of Anquan Bolden yet, and they're going to give it to Alvin Kamara, who's going to get just a couple of yards there and wrapped up by Too Tall Jones. So the 2-minute warning here in the Ultra Bowl between the Huskies and the Rhinos. Quick plug, remember to support us on all our social medias here. Follow along and help support the channel. We appreciate it. Thank you, guys. As we move down to 2nd and 6, and Lamar Jackson, quick one, crossing route, and there's Anquan Bolden for the first time making a play here in the Ultra Bowl. And now I think the Rhinos can start to get a little uncomfortable here, because I think you're getting points either way. And going into the second half, the Rhinos will get the ball first, but Lamar Jackson rolls out. He takes a shot at Alvin Kamara, and he overthrows him. Incomplete. Boy, he had it too. The eyes of Lamar Jackson just lit up in that moment. Well, he makes up for it right across the middle. Kamara looking for his 2nd touchdown of the Ultra Bowl. He had the 1 rushing touchdown. We got Luna joining us, the TV sports mascot, joining us for the Ultra Bowl from Tampa. A minute here in this first half. Jackson going to go empty set here. He's going to roll out, pressure on, and it's intercepted. Oh, the pressure got into the face of Lamar Jackson. Desmond Trufant with the INT. So both quarterbacks starting to make some mistakes now as the defense showing up, and that was the pressure. And I don't know if it was a bad throw by Lamar, but certainly Wesley Walls still had his back to the football and was in a bad position. But that was one, maybe if you're Lamar Jackson, you kind of eat that sack and live to fight another day. But with the pressure in his face, got rid of it. So we've seen both quarterbacks kind of, tail off a little bit here. And both defenses really putting the other in a world of hurt, putting the offenses in a world of hurt. And my goodness, if one of these offenses could get going with the way the other's defense is playing, I think you'd start to see a blowout at this point. So less than a minute to go. We're going to see what Jim Kelly and the Rhinos can do with it here. And Kelly looking for anything, and there's Jimmy Smith who comes down with it, and a timeout called. So we might look back at that Desmond Trufant interception as kind of like a game changer if the St. Louis Rhinos could go down and put points on the scoreboard here. Wide open is Megatron, and the second timeout of the Ultra Bowl on the Rhinos side is called here. Look at this. They got the heat coming. Kelly's got to know. Kelly's got to know they're bringing the heat. Here you go. They brought it. He got rid of it to Jimmy Smith. Now they got one timeout, so how quickly can you get down there and run another play? They should have time. They'll have time. Here we go. They get down. Kelly to the end zone. Touchdown. What a drive for the St. Louis Rhinos. Season-saving drive right there from the Trufant interception and that drive from Jim Kelly. Classic Jim Kelly, classic gunslinger right there. Jimmy Smith, touchdown. And the Rhinos will hang in there. This was shaping to be a blowout, but the Rhinos defense kept them in it. Jimmy Smith has had a pretty big game today as well. Jimmy Smith, two-time Super Bowl champ, by the way. He's got his two with the Dallas Cowboys. He actually didn't play much with the Cowboys. So he's got two. He got his two Super Bowls with the Cowboys, but he was injured for most of his career with Dallas. As I'm looking at the Jimmy Smith numbers here, his career was really made in Jacksonville there. So we'll see if they can get one more play, and I believe they will. Yeah, Jimmy Smith didn't even really get much of a run, but he made his stuff with the Jags, man. Thousands and thousands of yards with the Jacksonville Jaguars. So, all right, comes down to this Hail Mary to conclude the first half of the Ultra Bowl. Jackson rolls out, and oh my God, I hate the throwing in this game. So long to wind up. All right, guys. This is going to be a very, very interesting second half. Let me tell you. You guys do not want to miss it. Again, if you're watching with us live here on Twitch, or if you're watching on Patreon, stay right where you are. The second half, including the preview of Season 2 and the announcement of Season 2, coming your way in just a couple of moments. But guys, if you're watching this one on YouTube, Part 2 is going to come your way tomorrow. So remember to subscribe, follow, support, all these different ways so you know when Part 2 of the Ultra Bowl is coming your way. And if you can't wait for Part 2 of the Ultra Bowl, sign up at patreon.com/TBSports27 or join us live on twitch.tv/TBSports27. Ultra Bowl Part 2 coming your way tomorrow.